Hello, this is Nova Topflex, and in this video, I will be demonstrating the 64-bit NetBSD with QEMU. So instead of i386, I'm going to do AMD 64. Instead of QEMU system i386, I'm going to do QEMU system x86 64. I'm going to double the memory to 2048 megabytes, 2 gigabytes, and I'm going to keep all the other characteristics exactly the same. Boot normally, single user, or boot prompt. So, unfortunately, sorry, that is actually, is it boot C or is it boot D? It's on CD-ROM, so I think this is still 64-bit, though. This is a 64-bit version of NetBSD. This is NetBSD version 10.1, by the way. I believe it's the latest, and the latest version of NetBSD still supports the 32-bit systems, but we are unfortunately getting to the point where 32-bit might no longer be supported. Functionality might no longer be there, but a lot of the maintainers say it's too old to continue being supported. But is it? Is it really too old to be continuing support? Lots of the smaller pieces of software have specifically been developed for the survival, continued survival, even of, say, 486 and whatnot. Those 486s and all those systems. First off, I'm going to do installation messages in English with an unchanged keyboard type. Install NetBSD to a hard disk, and I want to do the WD0. This is the correct geometry. Use existing GPT partitions. Partition size is okay. Yes, I'm already using my 32-bit NetBSD for this. And then install from CD-ROM DVD image media. So this is going to be the AMD 64. So it's actually AMD. This is not i386 32-bit. This is the 64-bit installer and a 64-bit installation of NetBSD. It's a Berkeley software distribution system, by the way. Just like the 32-bit, well, it might take a little longer being a 64-bit system. The 32-bit system is very similar in terms of this is a BSD, so it's naturally going to be lightweight. Although you may not believe this at first, I believe that Alpine Linux is even easier to set up. No, it is easier to set up than the BSDs, but it is also just as lightweight. Some people will use Alpine Linux and tell you it is faster than the BSDs, even though the BSDs are supposedly simpler Linux, is what the stereotypes say. Technically, no. The BSD kernels are not Linux kernels at all. Alpine Linux might have some characteristic similarities with BSDs, but I believe that as a Linux system, it's usually heavier than the BSDs. Even though all the BSDs I'm using right now are generally very similar also. AMD 64 binary sets comp tar xz. So by the way, what this is going to say is it's in megabytes per second, by the way, also. So this is going to be the chroot xpf command here. This might seem a little bit slower than the 32-bit installer. I don't know if there's any conversion being done also between the 32-bit and 64. I don't think comp means compare. I think it might mean compare files, but it doesn't mean convert between 32-bit and 64-bit versions of the exact same thing. Just some additional sets and tests related to 64-bit. It's definitely going to be a little bit longer, if anything, than the 32-bit, probably. It's it's probably easier to do a 32-bit install because it doesn't take as many resources out of your system. Also, because it's 32-bit, it will not support those 64-bit applications. Not just not nearly as well, but in many cases, not at all. X font. Feel free to tell me if this is supposed to be in alphabetical order, by the way, because if it is alphabetical order, this should be almost done by now. And if that's the case, then this will not be much longer than the 32-bit for NetBSD. X server. All selected distribution sets unpacked successfully. The extraction of the selected sets for NetBSD 10.1. Sysinst will give you the opportunity to configure some essential things first. Hit enter to continue. Did I hit enter? So it's going to be time zone. It's based on what I'm located in, what you're located in, or wherever else you might be. But since I'm in the Eastern time zone of the United States of America, that means I'm supposed to have daylight saving time UTC minus 4. But when it's not daylight saving time, I'm supposed to have UTC minus 5. That's how it works. Minus 5, and then we go up an hour, so it's minus 4. America / New York is, I believe, also your most populated time zone in the United States of America. A lot of Canada's population is also in the Eastern time zone, even though they have the Atlantic to the east and have UTC minus 4 and minus 3. So we have configure network, we have WM0, and then auto select. Localhost. I'm unfortunately not sure what my DNS domain is. Just sh, and then yes, install. Yes. Yes, please. These, by the way, are commands. These are simple commands that represent the package managers in NetBSD. Most other BSDs are like this. I know Slackware Linux is like this. It's also the oldest continuously maintained Linux distro. BSDs are generally either older or at least older fashioned. So I already enabled the installation here, and then what I want to do is yes please to this as well. So Content Delivery Network, or netbsd.org rather. This is NetBSD. It might take a while, and that's okay, honestly. Almost done. I'm officially finished configuring. Now I'm going to try change this from boot D to boot C. Now it's booting to the disk rather than to the CD-ROM. I enabled many more features that aren't normally available, so it's going to be slower there as well. I'm now officially on the X Windows system. Too bad I cannot move the cursor automatically because this is not Linux, but BSD. PKGIN, packaging. This has been an excellent experience so far, for me specifically, honestly. This is 64-bit, and if you like this type of content overall, and would like to learn more about my NetBSD experience, then please like, comment, share, subscribe, try to hack the YouTube algorithm, and thanks for watching. Signing off.